Yeah, let me get on there.
I really need somebody, somebody, somebody. Don't let go. I'm too scared to ever wanna be alone. If you're not there, I really need somebody.
I'm telling you what worked for me. I ain't saying this is the only way. I'm just telling you what's worked throughout my entire fucking career. And that's concentrating on you and focusing on what the fuck you have to do and being so dope, you're undeniable. And what that means is even your haters, they bring you up in a conversation with somebody else. And when I'm saying, yeah, but the motherfucker dope though. Mic checker. I think I got everything right this time. And then they're looking for this. This has been confirmed several times because curators have said it to me. One curator said that had listened to several of my songs and had already playlisted me, said, thank you again for submitting your music. And we love your music so much. Our team went back and did some research and started looking at your social media and noticed that your social media is pretty consistent and pretty strong. And we like that. You're on our radar. That's what they said. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. That's exactly why if you go to my website, everything works. I've been watching other music artists and especially record labels and publishing companies, and they say, the marketing people say this consistently. They say the number one failure that artists do, or the number one crime that they commit against themselves is consistency. And not with the making of the music. The music is one thing, but everything else, like the website and your links actually linking and working, they said that's the number one thing that people get wrong. Because the first thing they do is go to see what your web presence is. Because they don't want a lazy artist. They don't want an artist that go and you hear they shit and be like, hey man, let me hear your music. Oh man, go to my Insta. No, I'm not doing that. As a seasoned producer and artist in the business, whether it's stand-up or whatever, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to your social to go find what I'm looking for to book you. I'm not doing that. And best believe other bookers ain't doing that shit either. And if you wonder why, man, my music is dope, but nobody want to fuck with me because you're lazy. And they see that you're lazy. So why would they want to go join business with a lazy motherfucker, a known lazy motherfucker? They say the number one crime against an artist is themselves is because artists don't follow through. They want someone else to do it for them. But in the beginning, you gotta do everything yourself until you can't do it anymore. Stop looking for a manager. Stop looking for a publicist. You ain't ready for any of that shit yet. You're gonna look for them so that you can pay them the money you ain't got. Because if they come to you, you get a better deal. They come to you, that means they want something from you that they know they can utilize and make money from. So therefore, it's a mutual thing, beneficial thing. But if you go to them and then they accept you, they can offer you what the fuck they want. And usually you're desperate because you want to be seen so goddamn bad. And that's when you get taken advantage of. So, again, focus on you. Make sure you're doing the music you want to do and how you want to do it. Yeah, they're going to come along. Hey, you should do it this way. You should blah, blah. I don't care what that guy said behind with the green behind him and the big head. He doesn't know what he's talking. I've been in this business, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you what works for me. I ain't saying this is the only way. I'm just telling you what's worked throughout my entire fucking career. And that's concentrating on you and focusing on what the fuck you have to do and being so dope, you're undeniable. And what that means is even your haters, they bring you up in a conversation with somebody else, and when I'm saying, yeah, but that motherfucker dope though. That's being so dope, you undeniable, even to your haters. That's what you want. You want a motherfucker to be able to, because this is what people do, especially if they don't know who you are, blah blah blah, and you get on a forum, you get to talking and interjecting or injecting your advice or opinion. The first thing motherfucker do, they got a hater blood cell in them and go, "What the fuck is this nigga? What the fuck he talking about?" Yeah, especially if it goes against the grain of what they do. You don't know what he talking about. You know, the first thing they do is click on your shit, see, so they can get some ammunition to come back at you on some hater shit. But I don't get that too much, because here's what happens. They click on my profile to go hate and be like, click on something else. Huh? Oh shit. Oh, his music whack. Let me play his music. Oh, let me read the Bible. Yeah. Oh, this motherfucker comment too. Oh shit. I had somebody last night. Matter of fact. What'd he say? I can read it to you. What'd he say? Right here. Dude named Underdog Rising. Because I announced that I was doing this show today and to sign this contract live, blah, blah, blah. He says, congrats, well deserved. I'll try to catch it. I said, thanks, appreciate that. And then he says, your style is raw as fuck. Look at me now, had me catching some feelings. Too many of us can relate to that shit. That's the dude I was telling you about earlier that called Feelings. Listen to that song. Then he says, do you do comedy too? Post it. My friend does skits. I said, yeah, I'm a professional national touring stand-up, 24 years. And I said, Live On is kind of the same way. Then he says, can you review a skit super fast? I'm like, oh, here we go. They do that talk. Hey, man, I got a joke for you. It's from a friend of his. I said, sure. And he posted it, and it was pretty decent. I kind of liked it and gave him some pointers and said some shit. And he said, oh, I'll pass it on. He said, you got me rolling in the first 2 minutes. Turn on BT just a minute. That's his old shit that he's watching. Turn on B quoted, turn on BT, make sure we still exist. He was like, I'm dead. I said, yeah, I would suggest to remove. I gave some suggestions on the video that I watched, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Then he says, I'm not sure what he's doing with it. Let Most Def tell him he sucks at mixing. I'll mix it for him. I said, he should try it, yada, yada, yada. He said, then he says, this is refreshing as fuck. Is the good comedy all underground now? Dave Chappelle and Bill Hicks are probably my favorites. That ghetto court joke was fire too. That's another story. That's a joke that's been stolen from me twice. Anyway, I tell him that, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, I tell him, yeah, well, road comics are always pretty funnier than the celebrity comics. Blah, blah, blah. And then he said that Red Bull and weed joke. At the end, too, he said, I wish I had hoes, blah, blah, blah. That makes sense. I needed that. And I was like, yo, that's a true story, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, then the tranquilizer joke was unreal. That was way, blah, 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 blah. So, people naturally are curious to who the fuck you are. And then, because of social media, it turns us to instant haters. Instead of celebrating a person, we get to instantly comparing ourselves to their life. And we the same age, we the this motherfucker getting this, that. Fuck him. And then they go to my profile and be like, let me sit back. You know what I'm saying? Because you can hate on me, but I got receipts. You say this, that, and the third, but you know. So that's why I say, be so dope. You're undeniable, even to the haters. So, with that said, what I started doing is using a service called Groover. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Groover because I feel like there's some things that Groover utilizes that they shouldn't be utilizing. I feel some of the things on there are bodish, but I know some of the shit on there is real. just have to get in there and learn it and figure it out but I could tell you some of the people to submit to. I could do that, not on this video, but on a later video. If you remind me, I can tell you who to submit to. But again, your music needs to be dope, because these people will tell you if your shit sucks, or or you just won't get playlisted. Period. But the ones that like your shit, that really like your shit, they'll let you know, and they will let you know if they're watching or not. Because what they're watching and looking for is consistency. So what happens is I submit to Groover, to different curators to get onto playlists. But my main purpose is not to necessarily get on playlists, because I don't give a fuck about them and the streaming numbers. My main purpose is to get industry people that are supposed to be in the industry used to hearing my name and my voice, and that I'm coming, right? And if I can get something else out of it in the interim, that's fantastic. I didn't realize I was going to be able to reach sync people using Groover, and then I started reading that that's a possibility. But I hadn't gotten to any of them yet. I didn't get to where I wanted to get in my scheme of things, because my plan was this. What I want to happen is a music sync person to contact me and sign us. And I think if I do what I'm going to do, this plan that I had laid out to everybody just now, if I do these things, this should happen. I did that with Greenwood. If we do these things, these 5 things should happen. And with the Greenwood situation, 4 of them did happen. Same thing with this. I set parameters and goals. I'm gonna do this music this way for this period of time. If I do it this way consistently for this period of time, I know this is what's going to happen, because I've seen it. I used to live in LA. I've seen it. I know what the formula is. It's just a matter of doing it. And that's what I did. I executed it that way. And that's how I got this contract. So, again, you can go to Groover. Make sure that your music's dope. Make sure that your website and all of your social media is intact. The links are intact. Your bio is dope. Your content is dope. It's just aesthetically appealing. All those things come into play. And then make sure the dope music you put out in month 1 is the same dope music you put out in month 6. If it is, I promise you, people will start contacting you. Because my first contact came from overseas. A couple of them, my first few. And record label hit me, and they wanted to press a song called The Whole School Heard About It that I did, and Life Lessons. They wanted to put it on wax and press it and promote it and do this big thing overseas. I thought he ghosted me, but he just recently hit me back up, because everything we talked about never happened. So I had gotten a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, this motherfucker contacted me and then ghosted me. Like, I'm sitting here calling, hey man, what's up? And I was like, at some point I'm not gonna keep, but I understand things happen. Maybe something happened and whatever. And then he said he was sick, so I had to take him on his word. I don't even know this guy. So okay, yeah, COVID. Hey, hope you feel better. Hit me up. And then I got hit by the sync license people, and so I'm not chasing them no more. And what you said you was gonna do, what we were supposed to do, we was gonna submit it and try to get synced together. Well, the people called me. Now I can just go through them. I still want to fuck with him in regards to collaboration, because they dope rappers, they dope MCs too, and they understand the music that I'm doing, because they do the same type of old school music. So it would have been a dope collaboration. And you contacted me. So I don't know what that, I'm gonna talk to him. I have to respond to his message, and we're gonna have a conversation. And if it feel right to move forward. If it don't, I ain't fucking with it. So let's get to the signing. It's a simple agreement. I've read over it, had other eyes over it, and it's a standard simple agreement. I agree with the terms. It's a 50-50 split, which is fair. And I have a PRO, performance rights organization that I belong to, BMI, and CSAC for my earlier music. And so they'll, collect and do their job and all that good shit. And I sign this contract, and then I submit the songs that I want them to work on and get placements for. And then they countersign. That's why I'm not telling you the name of the company, because they still have to countersign, and people are haters out here. There are ops out here, unfortunately, and a lot of them look like me. Y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. There's ops out here. There are people out here that want you to fail and then don't care about letting you know that shit. So I gotta wait till the ink dry before I show you who it is. But I could tell you what it's about, how to get it, and I'm telling you right now, this is game. This is how you do it. And it all boils down to focusing on self. Not Jesus, not God, not your boss, not your best friend, not Buddha, not none of them. You have to do it. You can lean on them for guidance and all that old shit. But when it comes down to it, you got to put in the work. You got, not buying streams, bots, none of that shit is going to enhance what you look like to a person that can give you an opportunity. None of that shit. None of it. So do you. At the end of the day, do you. Because you are who you are selling when it comes down to it. So if you put you into what you are doing, whether it's music, comedy, or whatever, that's who they want. Is who are you? Who are you? But if you were doing music to fit everybody else's needs, they'll never know. And the real you might be the dopest version. The real you that put whatever you put down might be the dopest you. It might be the voice you're looking for. That's usually what it is. When you're trying to find your voice as an artist, it's usually the person that you're trying not to be. That's usually what it is. It's the person you're trying not to be for the individuals that you're trying to impress. In this business, the ultimate goal is to find your voice, right? Across the board. Who is Amaru? Who is Hood Rawlz, the rapper? Who is Amaru, the writer? It took years to define those things. They're equally the same. Each one, you have to find your voice. My voice, musically, artistically, period, has been found. And so when you find your voice, the conflict comes in when you hear outside voices telling you who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you can tell me who the fuck I am is if you watch me and you're writing for me. You watch me and you understand my character. So therefore you can write for me. That's how you write for television. You understand the characters and are able to embody them and blah, 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 blah. Same thing for finding your voice in whatever artistry that you do. And it's usually the person that you're trying to avoid to be. I want to be so-and-so on wax. I ain't Johnny, I'm so-and-so on wax. Yeah, I'm Hood Rawlz on wax. That nigga is me. That nigga is me. And what I'm rapping about is me. You know what I'm saying? Find your voice. My voice is not murder music. So none of my music, no nigga is dying. No black man is dying. Period. No man, period, is dying in my shit. There's no need for it. Unless I'm telling a story about somebody that died. It's not misogynistic. I'm not talking about bitches and hoes in my music. That stands out right there. Right there. What makes you different? I don't, I'm not approved. I get on some grown folk shit, yeah, I can do I got the voice for it. Well, why not? Shit. I'm grown. But my voice overall for the project that I'm doing is not that of a misogynistic rapper. I'm not a killer. I'm not a gangster. I can be, but that's not me. And it would come off like that if I was rapping that, because my conscience would bother me. So you would be able to hear it in the rap. Yeah, I'm an actor. I could act like that and make you feel that that's me. But why do? Now you gotta lie. You gotta put on fronts. Now I ain't got time for that shit. I got 50 years old. I ain't got time. Be trying to remember the lie I told before the lie that told. Fuck all that. I'm going to be me, and then I'm going to see if you like me, and if you like it, so be it. If you don't, so be it too. Right? But at some point, you will know that your shit is super dope, and people that don't like it just don't like it, and that's okay. Be okay with it. But you have to be comfortable in what you do for you. Just like being a single person. You can't be in a relationship with somebody if you are not even comfortable being alone with yourself. The moment you learn to be comfortable and alone with yourself, being with somebody just icing on the cake. Because you don't need them to complete you. Right? Find your voice. And your voice is usually the motherfucker that you listen to inside, not the people on the outside. I'll give you a case in point. Artists do what they do and then they blow up and then they all of a sudden switch up and do some other shit. That was the real them in the first place. That's what they wanted to do in the first place. But they got whoever they got with, who financing them, was like, look, that's not selling. You hot, but do this shit over here, boom, you gonna blow up, make all the bags. And that's what the fuck they do. And then find it so hard, well, they won't listen to me now because I'm doing this other shit. That's what you should have did in the first place. And waited until that was so dope that it popped. That's just my opinion. Some of y'all like, let's get to the signing, goddammit. Let's get to the fucking paperwork. Selling you ain't in my way to speak. Selling you. So I got a crazy friend. I got to interpret some shit she says. She'll be moving around in her head too fast. And I be trying to tell some of them voices to shut the fuck up when you're talking to me so I can engage you in conversation. I gotta get high to read her shit. But that's about. I love this person. Even though she crazy than a motherfucker, I love her. One of my friends said, "You'll be friends with anybody." Hey, look, everybody needs somebody. That's how I look. That's what I told my friend. Everybody needs somebody, and I bet you $100 motherfuckers brush her off, and that bitch crazy. Ain't fuck with her, that type of shit. Everybody needs somebody, man. And if I can tolerate it and understand where she coming from mentally and all that other shit, it ain't hurting me. You know what I'm saying? To show love to somebody who needs love, that's just what it is. Everybody needs somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she appreciated it with her crazy ass, don't she? But, when she ride with you, she ride with you. And I appreciate that shit. She was at Greenwood doing the damn thing with us. And, even though we parted ways, it's still love. Move the bullshit forward by participating in the bullshit. And don't want to call it bullshit when we smell the bullshit, even though it smell and tastes like the bullshit.